thank you for coming on
Sure,
again.
my pleasure.
I'm bringing you on for a special reason tonight.
Uh-oh.
Again, I normally like to bring on somebody who's tried my remote, maybe not in a course, or somebody who just joined the course because they're so excited about everything, right?
Right.
You're different. You've been in our course for a long time. Can you tell
Yeah.
us again why briefly you came on, what's
Okay.
been going on, and how you've been benefiting from the course? And I know you even left a little bit, you weren't in the whole time. You sort of have gone and then came back in. You could explain all that to
Yeah,
us.
yeah. I guess it was about maybe was it a year, maybe over a year that I joined.
About 11 months ago, yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you did the math. Okay. So I think what prompted it was a couple things. One was that I think I told you I was getting sick all the time. I was picking up every cold and every upper respiratory thing. And not only did I get them so frequently, but they lasted longer than what other people seemed to have. So I was really questioning my immune system and feeling really frustrated and even embarrassed about how often I was getting sick, um, and that I couldn't seem to fight things on my own. So that was one big impetus to join. And the other was, as you know, I have lipedema. So there was tons of frustration around that, and the fact that it's so hard for me to lose weight, and needing some kind of guidance in getting my lymphatic system. I have chronic venous insufficiency. So all these kind of, the joy of maybe aging in part, all these, this storm of things that were going on. And then I can't even remember how I discovered you, to tell you the truth. I guess maybe Facebook, I don't know. So it just seemed to be what was needed at the time. And you're right, I kind of got into the course, and then I got super busy with my work. My work sort of took off, and I kind of took a hiatus, and now I'm back, and sort of back with this new energy, because I think I told you recently I'm doing my self MLD every single day. And if I'm just standing there like stirring a pot in the kitchen, I'll like start doing my shoulders or I'm just like doing it all the time now. So that's been great. And as far as the results, I don't really get sick anymore at all. I can't remember the last time I got sick. So certainly perfect timing with COVID, of course. And I just don't pick up anything anymore, which is awesome. And even if I get the littlest thing, it just seems to go away overnight. And I had gained about 11 pounds during the pandemic, and I took it off. And it came off, once I set my mind to it, and I was doing a lot of I was doing daily SLD and all my stuff. It just kind of, with some effort, but not.
Do you think you would have had the same results if you didn't really understand your lymphatic system?
No, because it's been a massive struggle for me for years and years and years. And people have always said to me, the way you eat, you should be like a stick, And I
Right.
realized it took me a really long time to put together the correlation between my lymphatic system, my difficulty losing weight. So I think that all fit together. And no, so to answer your question, no, I
Cool.
don't think I would
Now
have.
we just had a connection again because you had the COVID vaccination.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah.
explain what went on there?
Oh my gosh. So I had I guess it was my second vaccine. I'm a healthcare worker, so I was able to get my second vaccine. And I think I called you the next day because I was like, I felt really anxious, and I forget what else I was feeling. My heart
Not
was
well. Yeah, you just
not
weren't
well,
feeling well.
but not like sick, like
Yeah.
not like fever or anything, but like just nervous, and all this anxiety came out. Um, and we did a session, I think, the next day, and I totally calmed down from that. So
Right.
Yeah.
So the vaccination sort of brought on a little bit of inflammation, and we
Yeah.
were able to relieve it for you over the
Yeah.
phone, and
Yeah.
it worked. And
Yeah.
you
And you were,
uh, and you've had a few of my remote sessions.
yeah. Yeah.
You always feel them.
Right. The first one was probably, if I can have a second to tell this
Yeah.
story, the first one we did, I'd never done anything like that in my life. And I was thinking, how can this possibly work remotely? And later that night, I woke up, and I told you this because I called you the next day. I woke up because my entire chest was like bright red, and like I had sun poisoning. And I kept thinking, oh my God, I guess I was out in the sun. I got sun poisoning. How did this happen? And then after a couple hours, I realized it's not hot. It's not sunburn. It was some kind of detox reaction from our session. And by the next morning when I woke up, it was totally gone. So
Yeah, it showed that you had, from the work over the phone or
yeah,
distance session, your
yeah,
body felt it, and
yeah.
cleaned up a little bit.
Really, it was amazing. So yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
Well,
And
that I want people to see how it's not just that you're in for a few weeks. I mean, you've been in for the long haul,
I
and you keep on coming back, so it
know.
must be worthwhile.
I do. And I just want to say, lastly, you are so accessible and you're so generous with your thoughtfulness and your time and your responses to things. And I am so appreciative of that. I
Well,
really, really am.
thank you, Janet. I appreciate you. All right, I'm going to let you off the hook now. You have a good
Okay.
day.
Join,
Bye.
everybody. Join.
All right.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.
Okay, how you doing, Crystal? Now you have a little
Doing
bit of a different story, right? You're not a member of our even Facebook group, I don't think.
No,
So,
I'm not.
so you've never heard about me.
I have never
tell
heard
us
about
how
you.
you heard about me.
Okay, so I went into the emergency department. I was sent there by my doctor, and she was concerned that I was showing signs of appendicitis. So I had, technical terms, I had lower right quadrant pain in the pelvic area, which is typically where that sustains. And I had had an ovarian cyst previously, but a recent sonogram showed that that was now gone. So we were able to eliminate that as a possibility. So she sent me to the emergency department. They did a CT scan and couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. Now I know as an EMT that a lot of times Western medicine doesn't have all the answers. And well, most of the time. And I have quite a few other health concerns and considerations. But unfortunately, they sent me home with pain meds, was the best they could do for me, and said, take it easy. So a very good friend of mine, Tiffany, said, I know this guy named John, and I have a session with him today, but I think you should take it. And at the time, because my pain level was so high, I was at an 8 out of 10. And of course, that's subjective to each person. But because I work as an EMT, a 10 would be holding your foot in a fire for more than 5 minutes for me. So it was pretty high. And I was willing to do anything. I had had manual lymphatic drainage massage before, and it was very unpleasant for me. A lot of pain and muscular pain afterwards. So when she mentioned it was over the telephone, I was like, yes, I'll try anything right now. So I did a session with John. I believe it was later that afternoon or the very next day. And later that day, I kind of felt the same. I was a little more tired. He told me drink lots of water, which I did. And the next morning I got up and my pain was now a 6. And I was feeling much better. I had a little bit more energy. And I made a second appointment with him for a few days later. And after the second treatment, my pain went down to a 2. And now it's completely gone. I've only had 2 treatments with John, but I was really surprised at how fast I recovered from whatever was happening, and just from those 2 sessions with him. So
Do you remember what you might have felt during the session? I know you got very relaxed during the session.
yeah, the first session, I actually fell asleep for a little while, which was surprising because at that pain level, I wasn't able to sleep the night before. So I know I fell asleep at some point during the session. Also, his voice is very soothing. And yeah, very relaxed. I felt some tingling and numbness in my fingers and toes. My back was very warm. Both sessions, my back and neck and shoulder area was very warm, and felt very relaxed.
And that's due to when we improve the lymphatic system's flow, whether it's physically or remotely, for those who can do it, we're improving circulation because the lymph system must complete circulation. So now we've got to get you at least into the group, Crystal, so you can start learning to take care of yourself a little more. All
Yes,
right,
absolutely.
Crystal, I want to say thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate you.
Yes, thank you, John. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much. All right. So basically, I do this so that you understand that it's not just me saying, oh, yeah, I can do this to you. And again, I've been doing it for 17 years. I mean, pretty much every person, the benefits, and they're wowed by it. I mean, they really are. So I have an amazing ability to be able to help people, but I can only help the willing. All right, let's get into the information tonight. I hope you guys benefited from hearing what was going on with other clients and how I can help them.